went to 9 deployments, spent years in war zones, only to be critically wounded in my front yard and having to have my wife watch me nearly bleed out. My name is Jeremy, and this is my story. I've been in the Army for 23 years. I've also been married for 23 years to my wife, Jenny, and we have a 23-year-old son.
So the week before Jeremy's injury, we were having one of the best weeks of our lives. We had everything to look forward to.
On November 10th of 2012, I was planning on going fishing, so I was about to put my kayak in the back of my truck. Out of nowhere, a lady who was drunk and intoxicated pinned me between the bumper of my truck and the hood of her car. She continued to push me and my truck for about another 60 to 80 feet. During this time, I was still conscious. I could smell my flesh and burning on her engine. As you can imagine, an extreme amount of pain.
It didn't look like a person could be alive in that situation. It lasted forever. I don't know how Jeremy lived.
Emergency responders arrived on the scene soon, but it took them at least 40 minutes to extract me from the vehicles. Once they did extract me from the vehicles, they put me in the ambulance, and I passed out soon after that.
I couldn't see him. The doctors would come out in intervals and tell me that they were working on him, that they'd had to cut off his legs, that he'd lost his thumb to hear. It was just one thing after another.
So I spent 3 weeks in the ICU, where at that time they moved me to the military hospital in Fayetteville, and then on to Walter Reed, where I spent another 70 days as an inpatient. And then since then, I've been an outpatient at Walter Reed, and it's now been 2 years and 1 day since I was hit by an intoxicated driver.
One of the hardest things has been we still haven't gone home. It's been 2 years and 1 day since his injury, and I haven't been able to live in my house. I still haven't fully processed that our lives have changed forever. I'm still not quite moving forward.
If she had just made one simple decision not to get behind the wheel, it was totally unnecessary. It's ironic, that you could spend that much time in a war zone and be fine, and at your home, you're not safe. See the stories, learn the lessons.